The call of transformation, perhaps the greatest human fear, is not death. Perhaps it is the realization that we are living trapped inside an old version of ourselves. From an early age, we learned to construct identities, names, stories, achievements, expectations, small invisible structures that give us a sense of security. But life was never meant to be static. It moves like the wind. It changes like the seasons, and silently, it invites us to change with it. Within every human being, there is a deep restlessness, a feeling that something new wants to be born, even when everything around us seems familiar. And maybe this restlessness is not a problem. Maybe it is a calling. As Alan Watts once said, the only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Every great change begins as a quiet discomfort, and it is exactly this discomfort that leads us to the next symbol, the symbol we learned to fear. Among all the symbols created by humanity, few provoke as much impact as the skull. It appears in warnings of danger, in dark stories, in images associated with endings. But for thousands of years, it was seen differently. The skull was a symbol of passage, of wisdom gained through experience, of the inner space where consciousness awakens. It was not the end of life. It was a reminder that every form must change. Carl Jung wrote, "What you resist not only persists, but will grow in size." What you fear may be trying to teach you something, and when we begin to look beyond fear, we are led to an even deeper question. The fear of losing who you think you are. Perhaps we do not fear death itself. Perhaps we fear losing the identity we spent years building. We are trained to define ourselves. Profession, status, opinions, social roles. Carl Jung called this the persona, a necessary mask, but a dangerous one when we believe it is all that we are. At some point, life always cracks this mask. A loss, an unexpected change, an emptiness that is hard to explain. And in that moment, we feel as if we are falling apart. But often, we are not falling apart. We are being reorganized. As Jung also said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. What feels like collapse may be the beginning of your true construction, and this construction requires something that almost no one wants to accept: the necessary psychological death. Nothing truly new can emerge while we insist on preserving the old version of ourselves. The seed must open in the dark. The caterpillar must disappear before it can fly. Night must fall before dawn can exist. The same happens within the human mind. There are moments when we lose control. We lose certainty. We even lose direction, and we feel as though we are failing. But perhaps we are simply passing through a sacred process of transformation. Alan Watts reminded us, we cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. You are not lost. You are in transition, and every transition leads us into an unexpected space of discovery. The soil of rebirth. The skull can be seen as the symbol of this space, a silent place where old ideas die so that new ways of perceiving the world can blossom. Within it, dreams are born, changes. Inner revolutions. When we accept letting go, something extraordinary happens. Fear begins to transform into curiosity, pain into meaning, endings into possibility. Carl Jung sighed, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." Letting go is not losing, it is creating space. And when space appears, consciousness begins to expand. The awakening. Awakening does not mean escaping challenges. It means realizing that you are not just the story you tell about yourself. There is a silent presence observing everything, a dimension within you that does not depend on labels or outcomes. When you connect with this presence, life changes its rhythm. It stops being a constant battle and becomes an experience of discovery. Alan Watts once said, "Trying to define yourself is like trying to bite your own teeth." Your essence does not need to be created, only recognized, and recognizing this completely transforms how we see endings. The true meaning of endings. Perhaps endings were never enemies. Perhaps they have always been portals. Life is not a straight line. It is a cycle of invisible farewells and new beginnings. Every time you let something go, a new possibility of being moves closer, and in the deepest silence of your own consciousness, a question continues to echo. As Jung reflected, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. What you are afraid to release may be exactly what is preventing you from being reborn.